Jesus entered Jerusalem on Palm Sunday, John's Gospel says, and crowds threw palm branches before him, crying out, "Hosanna to the Son of David." But Jesus was troubled entering the city, and he had reason to be. He'd come from Bethany, nearby, where he raised Lazarus from the dead. People were excited. Popularity was growing. But that raised fears in the rulers of Jerusalem, a very volatile city. Popular figures like Jesus could disturb the fragile peace of that city and maybe even cause revolution. So Jesus is troubled. They're going to stop him. He's facing death. But as he enters the city, he's given a sign to strengthen him. It's a small, simple sign. Some Greeks, most likely pilgrims coming to the Passover feast, approach Philip and Andrew, two of Jesus' disciples, and they say, "We would like to see Jesus." And Jesus sees in their request, in them, in their eagerness to meet him, a sign that his life means something. His mission's not in vain. Like the grain of wheat, his life will bring life even if he dies. The Gospel of John is known for signs like this, signs that point beyond what one sees, signs that appear even as Jesus goes to death. They say it's not the end. They point to glory. The Greeks who approached Jesus as he entered Jerusalem were like the Magi who approached him at his birth. They acknowledge who he is. They strengthen him to keep going. His life and death reach far beyond this time and place. Now, our lives are like that too, aren't they? We're given signs to keep going. The other day I was sitting at lunch with some priests I live with, and the conversation got around to what keeps you going. And they didn't mention any medicine they were taking or a trip they had gone to. No, they started telling stories of people they knew, ordinary people, something they said or did that showed strength and faith and courage. We keep going because of simple signs like these. That's probably true of us all, isn't it? So, who are the people who keep you going? What are the simple signs they give you? In today's gospel, Jesus sees a sign in some strangers who ask to see him. He also sees a sign in a grain of wheat. I suppose that's why our Eucharist is so important, isn't it? In a sign as small as bread, God comes to us. At Mass, we're reminded to keep our eyes on simple signs. They give us life.